I bought this in 2023 to give as a gift, and that just never happened. So I kept it with me this whole entire time and had been trying to find uses for it, but it's such a nice little notebook. I love the green, and so nothing ever felt worthy enough for this to be used. And then this year, since I've started reading my books, I needed a place to just write down the thoughts that I had and things that I want to plan a little bit to say in my review of the book. Unfortunately, today I only had 1 page worth of things to write compared to some of the other books I've read, at least 2 or even 3 pages filled with like quotes and different things that I noted and observed and really enjoyed in the story. Not to say that this book was a bad one, it just didn't resonate with me in the way that some others have. So the book that I will be reviewing today is called Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I don't really know any of his other works by reading them. The one thing that one other connection or association I do have to him is there is this soundtrack called Agape by Nicholas Britell, which was used in a film called If Beale Street Could Talk. And that film has been on my to-watch list for a really long time now. And it's based on a book of the same name by James Baldwin. That's why I wanted to pick up one of his works to read it myself, even though, you know, the soundtrack and the book are completely 2 different artists. So the book was published in 1956. It's fiction, it's set in Paris, and it follows the internal conflict of an American man, an expat who is living in Paris. And the entire book is mostly about his internal conflict with himself and his identity, especially when it comes to his sexuality. And the way that Baldwin describes different places and is very beautiful, very atmospheric. I really enjoyed that when reading this book. It's written very linearly, although there are some flashbacks to things from the past. There are conflicts and struggles that he creates because he cannot accept the reality of things, and he can't accept who he is. The way that he sees the future and his life is very traditional, very linear. To find a wife, to get married, to have kids, to live this very conventional life. But the feelings that he has and that come up when he meets this Italian bartender named Giovanni force him to kind of confront who he actually is, the desires that he has towards men. He basically internalizes homophobia. I thought that the writing was really poetic and beautiful, very lyrical, and yeah, I think I enjoyed that aspect of this novel. In the past and in some of my previous book reviews, I've raved about certain characters and just how much I could connect with them and how much I love them and how they inspire me. But in this book, I didn't feel that way about a single one of these characters. But still, I thought it was interesting to read anyway, because you could put yourself in this world of, you know, these people who some are closeted, some aren't, some are outwardly open with who they are, some choose to accept themselves and love people the way that they want to be loved and to love, whereas others hide all that. Unfortunate how this one character, the protagonist, can never come to terms with who he is and how he feels to love and to express that love in ways that you want to express it. I thought that was sad, but also that his inability to show his true feelings to someone was then the bane of that other person and their existence. And just, yeah, that in order for love to thrive and exist, it needs to come authentically and genuinely as possible. And there has to be no shame in loving someone. This was a book that I read in, I think, 4 different sittings. So I picked it up and put it down 4 times. I took this with me to the Philippines on vacation, and maybe perhaps that's why I couldn't immerse myself in it as well as I would have had I been back home, just in my routine everyday life, as opposed to being abroad on an island and doing things every day. But I don't know, maybe that's just me making excuses for what is supposedly a really great work. And I'm sure it is, just not for me. It will not be one of those books that will sit with me for a really long time and that I will recommend to people unless I feel like they might enjoy it. I'm so glad that I read it, and I'm still wanting to read If Beale Street Could Talk. Thank you for watching yet again another one of my book reviews, and see you next time.